Hey guys, my name is Zach. Welcome to the Joy of Hobbying. Today we're going to work on a Burning Soul Wade Wilson head sculpt. You can see here this is out of the box and it is really dark. My friends pointed it out, and after looking at some screenshots of the behind the scenes footage, it is definitely way too dark. So we're going to start here with our head mounted, and we applied some blue tack to the eyes to sort of mask them off. Blue tack works extremely well for this. We're going to start with some Vallejo sand primer, and that's going to be our primer coat. And we're going to apply this fairly lightly over the existing flesh tone. We're basically repainting it, but it's more like, I would say maybe retinting. The stock paint will still be there, and you'll see it ever so slightly. But this is going to really lighten this flesh tone. And you know, I think in some scenes in the movie, in the first film, his head did look a little dark, like when the facility burned down, but generally speaking, it seemed to be fairly light, you know, in other scenes. So once we have our primer coat down, we're then going to mix some Crusted Soar with our primer, roughly 10-to-1 primer to Crusted Soar, and that's going to let us tint the flesh just a little bit to give a little bit of that warmth back in. You could really use any red for this. This one was a very thin red, so it mixed very well with the airbrush paint, and you'll see here it's starting to really come together. I really like this head sculpt. I think it's a pretty good likeness to Wade Wilson from Deadpool. I've seen some other ones that are battle damaged, or you know, a few different variations on this head, but this is the one that I chose. I got it from Simple Happy Life on eBay, and I really like the way it looks. Mine didn't come with a adapter to mount it to the body, so it's something I'm working on. But back to the repaint, you can see here, it's really starting to come together. And we're going to just kind of touch up some spots that need just a little bit more warmth, maybe around the eyes and in some of the more scarred areas. And this is what we're left with. We're then going to go in with some Reichland Flesh Shade from Citadel, and we're going to start applying this all over the head. And it seems pretty dark now with this flesh tone, but as we work this initial amount throughout the head, it really will lighten up a little bit, and we're actually going to take off most of what we're applying here. Basically, we're just trying to get this in the recesses, in these scarred areas, and leave them darker than the lighter flesh tone from the sand and Crusted Soar mix. So we're continuing here, making sure to get the ears, get under the neck, get into the folds of the nose and some of the more scarred portions. And this tone just works really good with this sand base. I really like the way it looks, and you can see here we're done. We're going to go in with the Q-tip and start to clean this up. And I ended up doing 2 passes of the wash, and this is what basically we're left with here. I haven't taken off the masking blue tack yet, and when I do, this is what we are left with. It looks really good in my opinion. My garage lighting is kind of harsh to look at this, and so I'm going to take it inside and show you guys what we're left with. I don't have lazy Susan, so excuse the shaky nature of this rotation, but definitely much closer to the look that we were going for. You can see that flesh wash inside some of these scarring crevices, and it looks really solid. I'm really happy with how it turned out. Here's the screenshot that we compared to in the beginning, and you can see it's much closer. Thanks for watching. Hopefully you guys learned something.